what time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, when I get in my crew, boy, you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah.
These brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep waves by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cold, these brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep waves by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cold, these brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep waves by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.
Yeah, let's get it. It's you against the world, better figure out fast who the hell you could trust if you wanna make it past all the fakes and the lust. Better figure out fast. Nah, this ain't what you want, you don't want it that bad. Can you give up all your stuff? Pay attention to the facts and forget the media. Figure out your own path. Can you figure out love, or do you feel wrath? Can you hone that feeling and create an impact? Go get it, if you wanna go get it. Get with it, ain't nobody gon' give it your ticket. Gonna take a quick minute, don't quit it. Figure out your own limit, life is a test. The best make progress, figure out what is next and carve a path. Yes, no, they never second guess. Take a chance, no regret. If you wanna take a breath, give your blood and your sweat on.
When everything just breaks from all of your mistakes, don't let yourself feel down. Don't let yourself just drown. When you've lost everything, are you free to do anything? Only when
Boom, 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 boom. This is Jared, and I'm back. Hey, man. Wow. You guys, we've got a great show tonight. Man, Tamera Powell is our special guest. But you know what time it is. It's the Warriors Quest show. I'm your host, Jared A. Brown. We spotlight a kidney donor tonight. And every week we spotlight a chronic disease warrior who's looking for a living donor. Tonight I've got my co-host. All right, my co-host is a doppelganger of mine. Y'all may know him already, Jeffrey A. Brown. Jeff Brown is with me. All right, you saw him last week. All right, he was actually in my studio together with me. But this week he's in Abu Dhabi. All right, he had to go across the pond. All right, and he's with me again. All right, so I'm going to bring on, hey, Chris, what is up, Chris? Thanks for watching, Chris. Jonathan Trailer, thanks for watching. We've got a bunch of people tuning in right now. Shane Blanchard, thanks for watching. Yes, and Tamera Powell is from San Antonio, Texas. And so she's registered at the kidney transplant waiting list at Methodist Healthcare in San Antonio, Texas. Kidney donor program inquiry direct line is this number, 210-575-4483. All right, so I'm going to bring on my co-host, but all right, please don't be stingy. All right, don't be stingy. Make those fingers go numb from too many clicks on a share. All right, hola. And Thelma, the lovely Thelma Warner. All right, I saw her in the chat, live chat when I was watching Dadvice TV tonight. Thanks for watching, Thelma. All right, so I'm bringing on my co-host. Give him a very special Warriors Quest show welcome, everyone. All right, my doppelganger will be on. Here we go. All right. Where is that? Co-host intro. Here we go. Co-host intro. Boom. Welcome, Jeff. Man, so excited to have you back, man.
What's up, everybody?
What is up? All right. Do not try to, don't try to organize or try to fix your TV screen. All right. This is normal. You're seeing twins here, okay? It's not some sort of glitch on your phone or your PC. All right. We got the Brown brothers here. We're advocating. All right, we're advocating mofos. All right, we're gonna get this going on.
That's what we do.
So, man, so Jeff, man, miss you already, and it's crazy that every time you travel, just weird things happen. So, tell me a little bit about your little your travel and how difficult it was for you to go from from Salt Lake City, Utah to New York to Abu Dhabi.
Well, I mean, first of all, people underestimate time zones and what sort of effect time zones and jet lag can have on you. I mean, merely going from Utah to New York is a 2-hour time difference. And then the very next day, I was supposed to fly from New York back to Abu Dhabi. But, certain obstacles fell in my path and I had to wait another day. For instance, certain things change, in way of healthcare protocols and regulations. I had to get COVID-19 PCR tested. The COVID-19 test that I had produced, that I given the airline, wasn't accepted because it did not state, it didn't state COVID-19 and PCR both at the same time.
Okay.
And one can, people can ask, well, was it a typo, clerical error? And it was probably just a misunderstanding, more on my part. My appointment at Walgreens in Utah fell through. They didn't show me on the day that I had scheduled it. So what I had to try to do is get COVID-19 PCR tests done on the fly. And some of these agencies, some of them do them like in 1 hour, but you have to pay for it, you know?
Okay.
So I went to an agency the very next morning when I arrived in New York, and it said rapid COVID-19 test.
All right.
And so I
thought it was gonna be
specified,
rapid.
right. Well, and they also stated that it would be done in an hour or less. And I said, great. I explained that I needed to get on, you know, a flight that night. It was imperative that I do so.
Uh-huh.
Long story short, they didn't really grasp what it meant that I had to get on that flight, what flight requirements are, even though they're doing these, you know, these COVID-19 tests. So I didn't get on the flight. I had to pay an agency at the airport the very next day $225 to produce a COVID-19 test in an hour that stated everything by all the requirements for airlines when you're flying.
Wow. How frustrating was that?
Yeah. Well, it was pretty frustrating. I mean, especially since my daughter, whose paperwork was, you know, straight and accepted, actually got on the flight the night before without me. You know, so she had already.
Oh wow.
So we flew separately.
Wow, she went ahead of you then, right? And then you had
Exactly.
to fly. Wow, that's crazy. This always happens when you're flying, though. It's like you have the worst
It
luck.
does. Yeah. It's
right,
not when I'm at the airport, but you know, it's something else. I'm kind of used to it. It comes in twos and threes.
Right. Well, hey, listen, we've got a great guest tonight. I found her on, she and I got connected on Instagram. And thanks for watching, Mr. Kidney. What's up, Sam Jennings? And I also wanted to say what up
Sam Jennings, the man.
Mr. Kidney. What up, Sam? Also wanted to give a shout out to Bridget. Thanks for watching, Bridget. She's been on the Warriors Quest show before. She's a kidney warrior herself. So Tamera Powell, our guest from San Antonio, Texas, she and I got connected on Instagram, and
okay,
when we got connected, she shared with me in the Instagram chat. She shared with me a video. It's like a news channel video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share that with everyone. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to watch this. But it really inspired me to ask her to come on the show. And so hopefully we can get a taste of, you know, how big her heart is, because that's what really drove me and led me to connect with her to get on the show, is because I just got a sense that she just has so much love for people. All right. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to share my screen. It'll take me just a moment. All right. So bear with me here. I'm going to smile while I'm doing it, so I'm going to look like a pro while I'm doing it. All right, here we go.
Sometimes it's better that they don't see our sausage fingers doing all the work.
Or act like I'm not even using my hands. I'm just talking. Here we go. All right, so let me know if you can see this. Hopefully you can see my screen here. All right, here we go. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to enlarge this, and I'm going to play this so that you can let me know if you can hear the audio. Put in the chat if you can hear the audio of the video. Ooh. I'm going to skip the ad.
We often talk about how finding a forever family can be life-changing for a child in the foster care system. But tonight, we're focusing on a woman who has helped many foster children, but now her life is in need of saving. Here's Vinny Vincetta in this Eyewitness News original story.
You know, I think the simple thought tonight is that she has done enough, and now she's asking for help, and that is not too much to ask. Tamera Powell has spent 20 years of her adult life advocating for foster kids.
It just amazes me, like the young ladies who I took care of back then, they still keep in touch with me. They tell me what it meant to them for me to take care of them at a time in their lives where they were experiencing some hardships. It wasn't just a help to them, it was a help to me. I grew as a person taking care of children in foster care.
It's a passion that burns bright still today and likely for the rest of her days.
I asked God what He wanted me to do. And soon after that, I had actually been looking for a job at the time. And the lady called me and she says, I have this position. It's the hours you want. From the first day I started, I fell in love and I went on doing it. And I've just been in that business in one way or another ever since then. Don't give up. Life gets better. You are not what happens to you. And you're here for a purpose and to make a difference.
Tamera fights for children, and she does that while fighting for her own life.
I am currently on kidney dialysis. I'm an end-stage renal failure, and I'm currently looking for a kidney donor. My dialysis is daily. I have to do 9.5 hours of dialysis every day. Right now, the wait list for myself is up to 9 years. I have to keep my hopes up and try to have a good attitude and makes you appreciate life more every day. That's for sure. I am actively looking for a kidney donor. And if somebody could find it in their heart to help save a life, I mean, this is basically what it is. It would be saving my life. Donating a kidney is donating life. It literally is. It would put my life back on track. My life hasn't stopped, but a lot of things in my life have paused. And I would like to get back to living, having a normal life.
It's time for somebody to do something for you after all you've done for others. Wouldn't that be fair at this point?
Yes. And if you hadn't said it just now, I wouldn't have said it. I'm always thinking about others.
But it's time to think about you.
But it's time to think about me. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. If you have any thoughts, ideas, or maybe even the gift of life for Tamera, you can contact Kidney Solutions or the Methodist Kidney Donor Hotline. We're keeping you in our thoughts, Tamera. We always do love hearing from you with your foster or adoption story ideas. You can send us an email. There it is, foreverfamily@kens5.com.
And hopefully she finds a donor and finds one soon. Now, if you would like to see this story again or watch any of our Forever Family original stories, just go to kens5.com/originals.
Muted. What an inspirational story. What did you think of that? What did you think?
mean, I was floored by her compassion for others, and even at that point where the interviewer, the reporter was saying, "Hey, now it's time to think about yourself," and she wasn't even at that point yet,
No,
So she's always thinking about others and not herself.
Well, let's bring on Tamera Powell from San Antonio, Texas. I'm excited to have her come on. We've seen her this little video from the news channel. I feel like everybody has gotten to know her just a little bit already. Let's bring her on and have everyone else kind of get to know her with her herself, and hopefully they can get just as inspired from her directly, that just like we did from the video. I'm excited for this. So please, everybody, all right, don't be stingy. All right, please smash that share button. Let's get her story out there, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna bring her on. Y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all know what time it is. So the show must go on, and I'm gonna give her a very VIP intro. So when I bring her on, please, in the comment section, flood the comments, all right? Flood the comments with encouragement, support, tell her welcome. All right, give her the Warriors Quest show welcome. All right, have her feel as though we've got an army behind her. All right, here we go, go, go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tamera, hi.
That was quite an intro.
Well, thank you.
Wasn't it?
What?
It took too long. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we had the anticipation building, right?
Exactly. Oh my goodness!
So
Thank you.
is it? I want to pronounce this correctly. Is it Tamera or Tamera?
Just Tamera. Yeah, it's
Not,
Tamera.
All right.
not just. Just it does not do you justice.
There's no just.
Yeah.
You're the foster mother extraordinaire.
Oh my God. I hope to be someday. How about that?
Yeah.
I haven't done
All right.
half of what I wanted to do. This,
Well,
you got to get past this.
We've got some great encouragement. Thanks, Thelma, saying you're not alone, and she also said right here, never give up. And Thelma Warrior, that's exactly what she is. Thelma Warner is a warrior, and in almost any sense of the word. Jeff, I mean, Thelma Warner, she's a heart transplant recipient, right?
Oh, wow.
And now,
not
Tamera,
not only that. I mean, Thelma is a heart transplant recipient. That's true, but she's also had brain surgery and then had to have a tricuspid valve replacement.
Wow.
So some people are conquerors. Thelma is more than a conqueror.
Yes, and she's currently looking for a living kidney donor as well. I mean, wow. It's so, I love it that Thelma is saying this to you, because to me, it's like when you're in the trenches as a soldier and someone who's going through it with you is giving you encouragement. That's what it makes me think of. You know what I mean? This is awesome. Willie Sanders.
Seeing all these warriors here.
Yeah, look at Willie Sanders. Thank you, Willie. And Bridget. Here we go. Bridget's giving some support as well. Thanks, Bridget. This all the way from the sunny California. Bridget is. All right. Lisa Baxter, she's chiming in. Chris is saying, yes, she is. She is amazing. So we've got I'm going to keep on showing these here and there, but what I'd like to do is I'm going to put you solo for a moment, Tamera. And in that video we just watched, the gentleman kind of introduces you a little bit and gives your background a little bit about, and then you also state that, you were looking for a job and you got a call. Give us your take on, how that all came to be in regards to your line of work and how that's helped you become, a person of faith or the person that you are right now.
So I just was looking for a job, and I asked God at the time, Lord, what do you want me to do with my life right now? And no sooner that I prayed that prayer, I got a phone call. I had registered with some temp agencies in the area, and she said, I have this job. She said, it's kind of different from what we usually do. She said, but it has the hours that you're looking for. And so would you like to go try it out? And it's so funny because I said yes. And I think it was the first day or the second day, one of the young ladies was upset with another staff member, and she was reaching for her, and she ended up punching me in my face.
No way.
Yeah, I got punched in the face when I first. And after that, one of the other young ladies.
That's a very unique way to make an impression.
Yeah, it is. That's how you know you love what you're doing, when you don't leave, even when they punch you in the face.
Exactly.
Yeah. She was just upset, and when I learned her story while she was there, I understood, and God already tells us that hurting people hurt other people. Well, how much more would a child lash out, So I wasn't upset with her. We talked about it, and like I said, it wasn't there. There weren't enough bad days to not stay there, because that's where my heart was, and I knew that's where God wanted me to be. Yeah, even to the end,
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, man, that is just that's a kind of a wacky sort of beginning, though. But
It was. It was part of the welcome committee, I guess.
yeah. But it sounds like it really kind of resonated with you. The work that you've done, and I just see real passion in your face, and you show emotion in that video. So, how did it kind of change you and shape you, though?
Um, it made me realize, for one thing, that no matter how bad life gets, you have to keep pressing on. The children there, they were so resilient and so full of hope, no matter what was happening with them in their lives, going on with their families. Some of them were going to return home. Some of them weren't. They were looking to be adopted, and they still had hope for that. Even all the way close to 18, they had hope that they would be part of a family someday and be adopted. And, if a child can do that.
I guess you can learn something from these children in terms of holding on to hope, because they're on this thing where it takes years looking for parents that will adopt them. And
Exactly.
I guess maybe you can compare that to your journey now, where you're having to find hope, positivity, while you're on this journey that can take years. I mean, sometimes it's 5 to 8, but in San Antonio, you were saying that it could be upwards to 9 years.
Yeah, and they just called me to let me know that I am still healthy enough to be on the transplant list, but just to remember that unless I find a living donor, it could be 8 to 9 years because of my blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, so are you O blood type?
Yes. That's why.
Okay.
Yes, that's why. That makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. I was just going to show you the comment here from Thelma again, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to go back to what you were saying. Yes, they lift my spirits. I just spoke to one of the young ladies today from like 20 years ago. They call me.
What?
Yeah, and I like, when I was watching it, some of those pictures are like from decades, and so I wanted to cry because I'm like, I just can't even. It boggles my mind that they felt like I cared enough for them to still be in touch with me today.
You made an impact.
Quite an impression you made on them to contact you 20 years later. And
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if I could remember teachers from 20 years ago and their names. So
that's awesome.
They're basically my family. Like, I feel like they are my daughters. I love them so much. Yeah. I really do.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And conversely, I'm 100% sure, especially from hearing the one of them that contacted you 20 years later, that they feel the same way.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm so grateful. I really am. Yeah.
So with your helping people, and in that news channel interview, you had felt like finally right now you had kind of said in a manner of speaking, not necessarily verbatim, that it was now your turn, and that you've helped so many other people and so many children, but now it's your turn to ask for help. As for some people, that could be very difficult, and because you just beam with excitement when you're helping people yourself, but sometimes with that, that giving nature, it can be hard to kind of ask for help. Has that been very difficult for you?
Yes, and I've had to pray about it and try to figure out, is it that I'm going to be embarrassed because I need help, or is it pride?
Yeah.
Because we learn you're supposed to be the lender, not the borrower. And so if you come out in the world and you're like, please help me, you have to humble yourself. And so I had to do that. And I hid it from people for a long time. There's a lot of people. I got a lot of phone calls. I never had heard "I love you" so much in my entire life after that news report went out.
Really?
Because I didn't know they
So
were going to
there were
show
a
it
lot
in
of
different cities.
a lot of people, friends and family members, had no idea about this until watching and viewing that interview.
Exactly. Mostly friends. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I
Okay.
just
So
kept, I
you
keep
said you were
everything to myself.
hiding it. Okay, you said you were hiding it for a long time.
Yeah.
How long ago how long ago did you find out you have kidney disease, and at what point did you reach stage 5?
So I found out at age 28 that I
Okay.
had kidney failure, and I reached stage 5 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
2.5 years ago.
All right.
Yep.
And so has the doctor given you like any sort of indication that it may have been because of high blood pressure or diabetes, or what may have led to the kidney failure?
So that was definitely a factor. But what actually happened is when I was in my early 20s, is there was something going on with my body where I don't mean to gross everybody out, but I would actually have a cycle that would last 6 months, and I had one that lasted a year. So I almost
Wow. Wow.
exactly. Just
Yeah.
really strange. My doctor, she was pregnant at the time, and she told me, "You're
Wow.
worrying me so much. You put me in early labor." I never forget that.
Yeah, that
She's
must
like,
have
"I don't know
been
what to do with
painful.
you." Yeah, I'll I I've never talked about this, but I considered suicide because I was
Wow.
so upset, and I was like, "Why is this happening to me?" I was going to
Mhm.
college and, living a normal
Mm-hmm.
life for somebody in their early 20s, and
Yeah.
yeah, I felt like
Very
everything
valid
stopped after
questions.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? And then it eventually stopped, and then my blood pressure just spiked, and it was just really hard to control after that issue. So, yeah, and then
So
came the kidney failure.
wow. Wow. You know, it it sounds like, some of that may have been because of unknown, because a lot of cases,
Yeah,
when there's unknown, and the future, you're not sure what's going to happen, that can lead to, some emotional despair.
yeah.
Is that what happened where and what, when you were explaining it and talking to your doctors, did they seem receptive to what you were telling them? Or, and I'm not trying to demean anybody who's a doctor. It's just that I've interviewed so many kidney warriors and chronic, disease warriors, and oftentimes, being a doctor, it's a practice. They don't always get everything right, and
That's why they
sometimes it
call it
takes,
a practice.
yeah,
Yeah,
and sometimes it just
Yeah.
takes them a while to get it right. Is that what
exactly.
happened? Is that how it happened with you, or what happened?
I like to think so, but I also just say I know everybody did the best that they could, and if
Yeah.
they had known, they could have helped me better. She did everything that she could. The other doctors did. They tested me for various things. I was trying to think. I think one was they thought because of the bleeding that I had sickle cell anemia.
Okay.
Um, just all
Okay.
kinds of
Yeah.
weird stuff. Yeah. And it all came back negative. I think they sent some tests off to Washington one time just to see what's going on with my blood and
The state or DC?
probably DC. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It went to the Pentagon.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
So, man, I appreciate and value being candid with us about how you
Oh
felt
yeah.
and how dark that was, because I know that's not easy to say publicly. And I myself, I've been, open with my bouts of anxiety and depression. Jeff and I have lost parents to cancer separately, not at the same
Mhm.
time, and and I've had. I've gone through a divorce and I'm estranged with my daughter. And so I currently struggle with anxiety and depression. And I do certain things and I see a counselor so that I can deal with that. And so I can only imagine what you may have been going through during that dark time. What what are some ways that what helped you get through that? Was it the helping the kids still, or was it music, or what was helping you get maybe a smile on your face during that time?
Prayer, the Lord. I'll even say the supernatural. I just knew He was with me. He tells us He'll never leave us and He'll never forsake us, and I knew He was with me.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And like you said, the music, and of course the kids. They still uplift my spirit. I'll get down and my phone will ring, and it'll be one of them, and it just lifts my
Wow.
spirit
Wow.
instantly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I hear you. It's sometimes on my darkest days or my the days where I'm down, all I have to do is look at one of my daughter's faces and see them smile, right? And
Yes.
suddenly, whatever I'm going through, it just doesn't seem very important anymore,
Yeah. Yeah, you have to enjoy the moment, the present, right? That's why it's a gift, because it's the
Yeah.
present.
Yes, it
Exactly.
is. Yes, it is. But speaking of gifts, so you're right. I mean, you'd mentioned this before. Is that it may potentially be maybe 8 or 9 years if you waited and didn't find a living kidney donor. So if someone were to give you the gift of life, so to speak, we often call it that because it is a gift, and it does give you kind of a rebirth, so to speak. And if that were to happen, what kind of better quality of life would that give you as opposed to what you're battling with on a daily basis right now?
First of all, it'll be like a dream come true, and like winning the lottery,
Yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
lottery of life.
Yeah.
Um, but
Okay.
not having to unhook myself from a machine, that takes time, and being on the machine, I mean, 9.5 hours. And we're discussing the fact that I might need longer treatment. So I might have to be on there almost 11 hours a night now.
Okay. So you're doing
Okay.
Yep.
PD?
Better health, more energy, um, better
So
relationships. I
you're,
can do a better job at work, everything.
All right. All right.
I mean,
So it sounds like if you're
as it
doing it
is
every
now,
day, is that PD? Are you on peritoneal
Yes,
dialysis? Okay.
exactly.
okay.
Yes.
And has that been the modality that you have used the whole time?
No, I have a fistula. I was doing the hemodialysis at the clinic.
Okay.
Yeah, and they
All
finally
right.
convinced me to try it at home.
Well, I
All
mean,
right. All
due to
right.
the nature of your job, I mean, peritoneal dialysis and doing it at home sounds like the right choice.
Okay, so right now I've decided to not be doing much of anything. When I work with kids now, it's on a voluntary basis. So
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
yeah,
Dependent on your health and how you feel, right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah. When I was,
Willie,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna pose this question here. So Willie, thanks for posing this question. So Willie's asking if you've ever thought of next stage dialysis, for home hemo.
I have thought about it. Yes. Um, uh, I kind of like the way PD works. Um, even though it does take longer, I like the way I feel.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the most important
Okay.
thing.
And that's generally what I hear from people who do peritoneal dialysis is they feel like compared to home hemodialysis, they have more energy,
Yes.
and they also like the different diet that they're able to have compared to when they're on hemodialysis.
Yes. Yeah, because
And
hemo, I
and
always
also
like
the fluid intake is a little more, right?
a little bit,
A little bit.
little bit.
But what I do like is it sounds like you're saying that it makes you feel better, and that's the important thing. You know, and so often I hear that from kidney warriors that either do home hemo or PD because they're getting the fluids taken out more regularly than in center. Because we all know that when you go in center, you go like 3 times a week, and when you're getting the fluids and you're being dialyzed, every day, you're not having all the toxins. You know what I mean? And so what now with feeling better, which again is great, it's awesome that you're feeling better because if you've chosen a modality like PD, and Shane Blanchard does PD, and he's stating that it makes him currently feel better as well. All right, no, my bad, I misunderstood his comment. He says, has PD helped her to feel better? And yes, it does.
Yes, definitely.
All right. And Shane says he's chosen PD over next stage as well. And to each his own, one isn't, it depends upon the person, and for you, PD works better, and that's what's good. Again, you want to feel well. So help me understand that even though you're feeling well, okay, what are some things maybe that you still battle with that come along with the disease? Is there anemia? Do you struggle with insomnia or vomiting and some other things that other kidney warriors go through?
In the beginning, those things were there, and it was awful. But now the most that I go through is just because I say I feel better doesn't
Right.
mean I actually know what feeling good is.
No, good point. Very good point. That's a good point.
And I remember one of my doctors telling me, I don't think you've ever had the chance to know what it means to feel good. And I was like, wow, I think he's right.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I was in my early 20s when all this kicked off. And I was like, this man is right. I don't know what it feels like to just, I keep wanting to say normal, but just to be a healthy adult and not have something that's making you tired or making you short of breath. And, I've never been able to be at 100% and go at life like I would like to. There's always been a setback health wise.
Okay.
And so that's what I would like to know, what it's like to get up in the morning and go for it.
Yeah. But yeah,
I can only imagine.
Exactly.
I can only imagine how much better it will make you feel.
Right.
Superhero.
But it is, we often talk about that, and we call living donors heroes, but they essentially really are. They don't have capes, but they are.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one of the most selfless acts you can have. I mean, and just the fact that I think it's amazing in the first place that you can take something out of one person's body and, give life to another person. It just is amazing. And that life can go on, even if you just decide at the end of life,
Right. It's the term sharing your spare is oftentimes used kind of loosely, right? I don't personally like to use that term because for those who aren't familiar with what that exactly means to come to terms with donating one's organ, it sounds like we're trivializing that act because it's such a tremendous, extraordinary act for somebody to do. that I find it hard just to loosely say share your spare, but it indeed is a spare if one is healthy, and one can live a perfectly normal life with that one kidney.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, you say that you're registered at Methodist, which is a very renowned hospital there in San Antonio. Have you thought about registering it, getting evaluated at another hospital to get transplant listed?
Yes, but after everything happened with COVID-19, things just kind of stopped. Yeah, and I hadn't really started back up, but I have been thinking about that. Yes. Yeah, there's a clinic, I believe, in Temple, that I think 2 of my friends have been transplanted out of so far. And so I was thinking about signing up there for tour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Temple. I hear good things about Temple as well. You know, Texas has a lot of options and variety because it's such a big state. But
Yes.
I hope that I hope that you can perhaps speed that along and maybe get listed at some different hospitals. We've advocated for some other kidney warriors that have been with, I think, connected with like 4 other transplant hospitals, Jeff, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
so sometimes that can really be in your favor.
Okay.
It can. I mean, it increases the chances of that living kidney donor coming forward if you're able to do it. I know that especially during COVID-19, as you stated, it presents some obstacles, in different ways, and not only logistically, but physically.
Right.
Children who, indirectly have been a great support for you, Tamera. Now, aside from the children being a support base for you, who else in your life, since you've known about kidney disease, has been a good support for you during this time?
110% my parents. My parents. They've been there for me.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
And they adopted my nephew, so I'll say his name too.
Really? Okay.
Tony. Yeah.
All
He's been
right.
like the light of my life. I help a lot with him and spend a lot of time with him. So he cheers me up a lot too. Yeah. Back to children. I didn't mean to segue back to children, but I did.
Yeah, you did. That's okay. No, that's
But yeah,
okay.
yeah, definitely my parents. Just being there for me this whole time. I live close to them. Like my dad today is helping me with some stuff with my car and get this and you need that. And, sometimes I think about that I need to, I don't know, I need to make sure they know that they're appreciated. And I just wish I could do more for them. And having a kidney would help me to do more for them.
It
They are.
certainly would. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would help you help them, and then
a lot of other folks too.
Exactly right. And I don't know. I'm going to say this, and maybe everyone else has seen it, and maybe I'm just going to say it, and no one else has said it. But Tamera, you've got such a great smile.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Has anyone else remarked that?
You're the dentist, but okay.
Yeah, you do. I mean, chat. I want to hear it in the comment section. Okay, make some noise in the comment section because. All right, homegirl right here has a great smile, and when she beams and laughs and smiles, you radiate, and
lights up the room.
It really does. So great smile, and so. I know that when you smile like that, it's probably infectious, and that may be one of the things that can help you relate to the kids because they see you smile, and you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how good you are with kids.
I do my best.
Yeah,
do my best. So, what was I thinking when you were talking about the smile? I think I smile a lot because first of all, I know God has a plan for my life. I refuse to be sad. I always tell myself I choose happy. I choose joy.
You choose
And
joy.
I choose joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too, because you know what? In your situation, when you're battling kidney disease every day, that's not always easy.
It's not, no.
We are here, folks, because of the fact that she is tethered to a machine every day. As a matter of fact, over 9 hours every day, and there's discussion with her nephrologist right now that might be increased to 11. And
Yeah.
this is her lifeline. The only reason why she is alive right now is because of this dialysis machine. Now, how long can Tamera continue on this way? Who knows? But guess what? As much as she feels better doing peritoneal dialysis than hemodialysis, it still is not a very good quality of life. As a matter of fact, you probably feel like most days that PD and kidney disease consume your whole day.
Yes, I do. Especially the days where I didn't get the treatment right, and all I can do is go somewhere and sit down.
Okay.
Like I'll make plans with my family and friends and have to cancel because I'm just
Right.
like, I'm sorry guys. I don't feel like it. I'm not up to it.
It's,
Yeah. A lot of things
that's
are
real.
ongoing because of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real. So I want to see this in the comments section too, because I know you're not alone in this. Many kidney warriors also state that, they let their loved ones or friends down because they may have something planned, already scheduled, and then they've got to say, I can't go. But
Right.
and some of them don't understand, and some of them, are a little bit more sensitive to what you may be going through. But
Yeah.
that's what happens. And and it's difficult to schedule things for many people. Is that the case for you too?
Let me just say, I just thought about it's also the reason why I've been single for a very, 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 very long time. Having that initial discussion with somebody about something like this, it's not a discussion you want to have.
Yeah,
I
can
know
imagine.
that yeah, that God has a very special person out there for me. I just, whether I've met him yet or not, I don't know. So I just concentrate on taking care of myself and being grateful for every day. But
Right.
yeah, this is something that's like I was also gonna say, I have days where I just break down and cry. I'm not gonna act like I smile 24 hours a day. I have days where my eyes are just heavy from tears.
That's okay. And that's totally
Yeah.
okay. It is, because
It's
you can't let it all, you can't keep it in,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
It's healthy. It's healthy to let it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
That everything's okay all the time,
Mm-hmm. Bridget says that she knows that feeling. I can't go is my favorite word now, and I hate it. And I know that feeling too, being single. And so she, again, it's good to have other people that are currently going through what you're going, and they can relate. And that's exactly what is happening right now, is that she relates to what you're talking about. How does it make you feel when someone else knows how you feel and they can relate?
Like, sorry, I dropped my phone. Like a sigh of relief, because a lot of times I'll say to myself, I really don't have anybody that I feel like I can talk to, in my family or anybody that understands.
Yeah.
Most people go, oh, like the people,
Sure.
tell you, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, and
Trying to be
but it's like
nice.
they don't feel what you feel, and that's
Mhm.
fine too, I don't expect them to, and I darn sure don't want them to be going through what I'm going through, so it's fine in that aspect.
Right.
But yeah, just to
And,
know
and
that
is
somebody does know, it's comforting. Yeah, it's encouraging
right.
also.
Encouraging is the appropriate word for it. And you can't expect those people to know exactly what you're going through, and they themselves usually, as far as your friends are concerned, only see you on your good days. You know, 'cause you're outside of your
And
house,
don't
you're out and
count on
about.
sick.
Right. They don't see, they don't always get that glimpse, that perspective of your bad day. Yeah, it's a good point. And so sometimes when we're interviewing somebody like tonight with you, Tamara, sometimes this can be a little eye opening, so to speak. It can be, it can actually show you in a different lens, for loved ones and friends that haven't seen you like this before. And sometimes, and that may have been what that video from the news channel may have done, maybe when they saw that it gives them a glimpse, because like you said, when they're not totally going through what you're going through, they can't totally understand, and you can't expect them to. But
Right.
empathy's pretty powerful, and oftentimes you don't always have to totally 100% know what someone's going through, but with empathy you can at least make that effort to at least try to understand. And that's, I think, what videos like this and that news channel video can do, is it can help your loved ones and friends see this in a different light and understand that your life, is pretty difficult, and you'd have a better quality of life if we helped you find a living kidney donor. And
Exactly.
yeah.
And on that note, I wanted to say I have had a few family members try to be a match, but they had some issues themselves where they couldn't pass the application process. Yeah. And so I'm grateful to them for trying at least.
I'm grateful that they tried too. I've applied multiple times actually, and I'll probably apply again, but I'm declined because of high blood pressure, and so I haven't been approved previously. And and so I'm thankful they tried. That actually tells you and tells me that that they care and they love you, and that's awesome that they gave it a try.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So
I had somebody lie on the application.
Oh, really?
Yeah, please don't lie.
Downplay it.
Well, it'll be found out. It's a stringent, it's a stringent, very rigid medical evaluation.
Exactly. Nice try, though.
Right, it's a nice try.
Yeah. Right. It's our hope, though, Tamara, and our goal that people will see this video, and in addition to that, step forward and apply to be your kidney hero.
Yes.
And by all means, it's also our hope and prayer that they will pass the medical evaluation and move on to be a match. So, yeah, Jared said it before, folks. Don't be stingy, be generous, be kind, reach down, crush that share button into smithereens.
Yeah, we need to just smash it. All right, just smash it. So tell me a little bit about what your life could be, and what maybe you're envisioning your life to be. How you want your life to be after transplant. You've said this a little bit already or previously, but what would be? How do you picture that? How do you imagine that?
Number one on my list would be to meet somebody, fall in love, get married, and start a family. That's that thing that I don't talk about that much, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Yeah. And be able to continue on helping in foster care and other things that I have in my heart, helping people, traveling, because I don't have to.
Traveling, yes.
God, yes.
my
There you go,
God.
Jumping
traveling.
on an
So,
airplane.
and by when you say traveling, I mean you mean outside of your home and the confines of the tether of your PD machine. You know, I mean
Exactly. Without leaving the machine.
that tube itself. How long is that tube that goes from your abdomen to the machine?
So it reaches from my bedroom to the front door. That's how long that thing is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I had a neighbor.
outside,
I've seen
I mean,
that.
that could be
I visited
that could be
I
what, 20
visited a
feet?
neighbor.
Yeah, at
I
least. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, that makes sense because I visited a neighbor of mine who has when he was on kidney failure before his transplant, he was on PD. I had rung the doorbell and he came to the door and he was connected. And
Yeah.
and it had been literally the first time that I had ever seen, how it was connected to the abdomen, and it was it made me appreciate what he was doing a little bit more because I didn't actually see that before. So man, that several feet, that totally makes sense because I always wondered, how did he get to the door?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nice. And when you get to stay sanitary, they change the connection tube ever so often. They change it, and they'll ask you, do you want the long one or the short one? Because if you're somebody who needs to get around in your house, you can have a longer tube to connect with.
Nice.
And I always get the long one.
Good for you. Good for you. I wouldn't want to feel like
I would too. I wouldn't want to be restricted.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we're coming to the end here a little bit, Tamera, and I'm thankful for Thelma. I'm thankful for Jonathan Traylor, for Sam Jennings. I'm thankful for Chris. I'm thankful for Lisa Baxter. We've got so many other warriors here that have chimed in. Bridget, oh my gosh, she's had some great comments. My favorite here was the one I know that feeling comment that she had. We've had Willie, who's had some really good comments. So I want to thank Willie Sanders. Here we go. Willie Sanders has commented many times. Shane Blanchard, I want to thank. Steve Belcher. So many people that are watching that maybe haven't commented, and I just don't know that they're watching. I want to thank them. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to put you solo for a brief moment and do some shout outs. Who would you like to shout out or give tribute to or say thanks? And I'll just put you solo just briefly while I let you do that. Okay.
Okay. First, I want to say hello if you're watching, and thank you to Mr. Kent with Kidney Solutions for kicking this whole thing off and helping me. When I tell you, when I'm down, that phone rings, and it's either one of the kids from the foster care that I used to work with, or it's Mr. Kent telling me don't give up. Because I do have days where I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'll just try to live my life on dialysis. And he says, no, you're going to find a donor. And I'm just so grateful to him and to Kidney Solutions. Second will be my mother and my father for supporting me through this. And also, sorry, that was my phone.
That's
and
all
also,
right.
Oh my God, all the girls I used to take care of,
Mm-hmm.
For them calling me and uplifting me and just allowing me to be a part of their lives, even after all these years. I really appreciate that. And the friends and the other family who've supported me and everybody who has tried to donate a kidney to me, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And to all the people who put out flyers for me, I appreciate you all as well. Thank you. And God bless you. That's what I want to say.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Kent is an amazing person. He does. He's what I also love about Kent Bressler, by the way, is that he's very in a very good way, speaks his mind. Okay. He does it in a very good way where you know that he's advocating for you because you feel his passion. He's very sincere about it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. And so Shell, I want to give a shout out to Shell. A great supporter of the Warriors Quest show. She's been on the Warriors Quest show. She's a lupus warrior, and she's currently looking for a living kidney donor herself. And I appreciate your support. Thanks, Shell. So Jonathan Traylor saying support is crucial when you're battling a chronic illness like kidney disease. It is. So
Yes.
Kidney Solutions has given you great support. The girls, I saw in you a little bit right just now that, you know, you wanted to make sure you shouted them out because of, you know, what they mean to you. And that's awesome. So I think that, you know, I'm very thankful that we've done this. I feel as though we deserve a little, you know, say confetti. Are you guys ready for a little confetti? Let's do a little confetti
Yes.
because I think we rocked this. We
Can I
rocked
say
it,
thank you
right?
to everybody that tuned in?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You do that while I do the confetti.
Okay.
That
All right.
confetti.
I
Awesome.
know, guys. I got a little bit in my eye. It's in my eye. All right. So I'm seriously thankful for all the people as well. But you know, are there some people that have commented that perhaps you already know?
No.
All right.
No.
So Jonathan Traylor, he's in Kerrville, Texas, and Jonathan Traylor's a kidney transplant recipient. And he was on my show last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was. And weeks after my show, he got a kidney transplant. And
Oh wow.
and he's actually Kent Bressler has advocated for him as well. And Jonathan Traylor advocates, and he's connected with the Kidney Solutions as well. So hopefully you guys can get connected. You're both, I know Texas is a big state, so saying you're both from Texas is not necessarily a big connection, but
Jared, there's also there's a kidney warrior that Shane Blanchard and I advocate for, who's also listed at the same hospital as Tamara here. Her name is Zanya Fowler.
Oh wow, that's a
And
pretty
although
name.
she's not, she goes by Zanya. Her full name is Sonia Fowler. She's transplant listed at San Antonio, the Methodist healthcare. However, she lives in Eagle Pass, if you know where that is.
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, my understanding is that's as south Texas as you can get.
Oh, really?
It's at the border. Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought El
Mexico.
Paso was the very bottom, Jeff.
No, that's the northeast.
Oh,
of
gotcha.
Texas.
Okay.
I mean, northwest. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
northwest.
Right.
Northwest.
Okay. All right. So again, super honored to have interviewed you, Tamara, and really excited to have my twin brother as a co-host all the way from Abu Dhabi. I mean, he got up early to do this. It's like a 10-hour difference, you guys. I mean, I'm surprised.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, he got used to the time difference while he was here in the States over a week ago, but nonetheless, he's up early, up and at 'em, as they say, and you know, he's advocating like he always does, and I appreciate you doing that, bro.
You're welcome. So once I arrived back in Abu Dhabi this last week, the U.S. unfortunately is not one of the green listed countries here in UAE due to statistics that they follow by World Health Organization. So as a result, after my arrival, I had to do what we call the 7-day quarantine home lockdown. And so I normally would be working Sunday through Thursday, but since I wasn't working and I'm on quarantine, I was able to get up early and participate as a co-host in this show for you, Tamara.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing that, bro. I really appreciate it. All right, so
you're welcome.
I'm gonna put you guys backstage, but seriously, very thankful that we did this together tonight. Tamera, I'll be praying for you. You know, I know that God is magnificent. I know He hears our prayers. I know He loves you, and I know that God will give you that prayer and I know He'll hear our prayers. And so, please, my my only my only request, it's a small one, is just give me find me when you get that call. Send me a message and let me know that you've gotten that call and that you're going to get transplanted. All right, let me
I
know about
absolutely
that.
will.
All right, okay, we're going to put that out there in the universe. It'll happen. All right.
Okay.
All right, thanks again. God bless you.
You too. Thank you.
All right, hey, thanks again, Jeff. I'll talk to you soon.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
Jeff. Okay,
Pleasure.
bye-bye. All right, you guys, man, I got some confetti in my eye. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. All right, you guys, man, we've the video in the very beginning from that news channel. All right, that set it off. That set the tone. All right. If you guys didn't get inspired from the very beginning, watch it again. It's very heartwarming. All right. It touched my heartstrings because again, I just got the sense that she has such a big heart and such love for children and just for people in general. And so if you've been just as inspired as I have been tonight, all right, smash that share button. Okay? Click on that share button. Let's get that out there because we need to get this information out to the masses. All right? And let's get this out to as many people as possible so that we can help her find a living kidney donor. All right. So you know the drill. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'll be back next week, but we can still replay this. We can send it to our friends, to Facebook groups, to Twitter. Please just make sure that you're continuing to keep this active. All right, comment. All right, and continue to share it. And if you comment again after it's been live and when it's not live anymore, it adds to that algorithm. All right, Al's a good guy, but Al the algorithm is a much better friend to us if we keep on commenting and sharing and keeping it active. So, throw in some hashtags in there too in your comments, like hashtag kidney and I don't know, hashtag kidney disease, something like that. And let's keep this active. Make sure that we keep this moving so people see it and it's more visible. Anyway, all right, you guys rock. All right. I'm so very, very honored to do this every freaking week. The spotlight, all right, a kidney warrior, a chronic disease warrior, anybody who's dealing with a chronic illness. I wouldn't be able to spotlight them without your help. All right. So mad props to you guys for helping me and giving me this spotlight so that I can give them the spotlight because it's not about me. It's about whom we're spotlighting, like Tamera Powell tonight. Let's continue to do this so that we're a big community and that we're coming together and we're uniting because we're much stronger together. All right. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to also say thanks to God for helping a couple of kidney disease warriors, kidney disease patients get transplanted. All right. Ellen Dumbrow just had a kidney transplant. She's been a guest on the Warriors Quest show previously. And Felicia James in the kidney disease community had a successful kidney transplant surgery. So please keep them in your prayers that they may continue to recover from their transplants, okay? All right. God bless you guys. I'm going to say peace. I'm out. All right. Thank you again for all you do to help the Warriors Quest show and Urban Health Outreach Media. Have a great evening. All right. All right. Where is that outro? I know I put it somewhere. All right. Here it is. I found it. Okay. One moment. Boom.
Yeah. Let's get it. It's It's you against the world, better figure out fast who the hell you could trust if you wanna make it past all the fakes and the lust. Better figure out fast. Nah, this ain't what you want, you don't want it that bad. Can you give up all your stuff? Pay attention to the facts and forget the media. Figure out your own path. Can you figure out love, or do you feel wrath? Can you hone that feeling and create an impact? Go get it, if you wanna go get it. Get with it, ain't nobody gon' give it your ticket. Gonna take a quick minute, don't quit it. Figure out your own limit, life is a test. The best make progress, figure out what is next and carve a path. Yes, no, they never second guess. Take a chance, no regret. If you wanna take a breath, give your blood and your sweat.
When everything just breaks from all of your mistakes, don't let yourself feel down. Don't let yourself just drown. Only when you've lost everything are you free to do anything. Only when